So guys, this is the first episode of the Behind Closed Doors podcast. Our original guest cancelled on us last minute, but we're now moving that back to this Sunday. So we're going to change it all. So we're just going to do a brief little catch up between me and my business partner here, Lucinda.
Hi.
So what I was going to do was basically just run through. So I was going to do an introduction. So basically what we want to do is every Sunday for this podcast, we want to bring out a podcast every Sunday at 7 p.m. So this Sunday will be this podcast that we're filming now. Then the next Sunday will be with a guest and so on and so forth. And that's the way we're going to work it. And the whole environment and vibe that we're going for is pretty much just chilled.
We want to kind of let people come on, our guests, and feel like they can kind of
feel at home.
and have their own narrative rather than we like just give them the questions. I want them to be able to feel like they can kind of be themselves and show people what they want they want people to see.
That's the whole vibe, especially because it's in. I was going to say it's in my house, but it's actually in our house now.
In the content house.
Yeah, because Lucinda is actually living with me now, which is brilliant.
Yeah, we love it.
Actually, for those of you that don't know, me and Lucinda are business partners as well, so it makes it a lot easier for us to work together, and it flows a lot easier.
It's so much fun, isn't it? It doesn't even feel like work.
No, it doesn't.
Like literally, I always think if there were cameras all over this house, it would genuinely be so interesting.
And you know what's so funny? I actually looked. So you know, I've got a Ring doorbell at the front.
Yeah.
Ring doorbell actually do an inside house kit.
Oh, we
where
need
you can get like 4 or 5 cameras for like 200 quid. Obviously, you can just put them around the house, but like imagine one in that corner, one in that corner, one in that corner.
Yeah, like when there's like 10 women on the pool table, or just like every single day is genuinely interesting.
That's what we need to say. So basically, this house as well, because it's quite a big house, it's a lovely house.
So nice.
And we use this house for the content days for our models. And tomorrow we've got a content day where we've got 10 people coming.
Yeah, we've got I think there's going to be 10, 15 of us all together, including us.
Yeah.
And they're all genuinely complete and utter nutcases.
Yeah.
Not one of them is normal.
Is normal, yeah. So they're all going to be collabing and doing whatnot tomorrow. Nothing explicit, of course. But, but yeah.
I don't think there's literally, I feel like since I've moved in, there's not been 2 days where we haven't had someone here. We always have guests, but I love it like that.
Yeah, it's better because
so much nicer.
To be fair, me and my girlfriend, we pretty much spent most of our 2 years living here on our own. Then we had my old business partner and his girlfriend living here for 3 or 4 months, and then they went to Marbella, and then now you're here.
Yep. And I'm here to stay.
And here to stay, exactly.
I'm loving it. I love my room. It's so cute, isn't it?
You know what? We need to do
we should do an MTV Cribs.
Yeah, I was thinking a day in the life kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I think people will want to see that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I'm not just gassing us up. Our lives are genuinely so interesting. I would watch. It's not about us being the interesting ones. It's actually our lifestyle. I would watch it fully. I would watch.
Oh no, 100%.
Even the little things. I feel like people find the small things interesting as well. It's not just about all the unnatural
people love watching
stuff.
Other people's lives.
Yeah.
Look at how invested people get with the Love Islanders and stuff like that. Like Molly May and stuff. People are proper fully invested in people's lives. So I think people would. And because of the job that we do, for any of you that don't know, we do OnlyFans management. We own an agency together, and with it being in the sex work category, it is a very interesting job.
So
do you know
interesting.
what I mean? And there's so much stuff going on every day. Every day is different. So.
Yeah, every single day is different, and we are basically awake for 18 hours of the day, aren't we?
I know. What time are we on now? We're filming this podcast, and it's 5 to 11 at night. This podcast probably won't finish now till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
I was going to say 13.
13. Yeah, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Yeah.
So we've literally been working all day as well, and it's a Friday today.
This is what I mean. I don't even know what day of the week it is anymore.
That's the thing with running a business, though, isn't it? I think when you run a business,
it doesn't stop.
It's 24/7. You don't have any days off. You don't have time to think about what day's what.
It's so true. I always say, like, if you're thinking of starting a business or going into business with someone, you have to know that you have to put those hours in, and it's not even like you have to enjoy it. You have to actually genuinely be like, I don't mind working 15 hours a day. Like, it's what I have to do. And you have to get to a point where you enjoy it and you don't you resent it or hate it, because you won't be successful.
No, you won't, because ultimately you won't end up putting the right amount of effort into it because you're not enjoying it. So you'll naturally start procrastinating and thinking of reasons not to do the work or
putting it off.
Stuff, so.
And doing it wrong. Like, you just, and I know it's hard to say, like, oh, you know, if you're going into business, make sure it's something you're passionate about, because life doesn't work like that.
No, of course,
but you have to almost become passionate about working. It's not about the industry, it's be passionate about, like, striving to be the best. Well,
you've got to, the way I see it is, you've got to enjoy the journey and the process of working every day and grinding and stuff. Because the way I've always seen it, and I'm actually glad that we've finally took the leap to do this podcast, is I always envisioned myself being on a podcast, talking to people and talking to the audience about what it's like to go from nothing to then making such amount of
with
money.
real people, when it's actually genuine. There's so many people out there who say they've come from nothing, and then they're like in Lambos and they're doing this and they're doing that,
mum and dad's money and stuff like that. When you know, and the thing is as well, is it's so glamorized, but there are so many days when you're like, I need to give up, I can't do this anymore. And I feel like that's what differentiates you between the people who are successful and the people who aren't, because you have to just push and fight through everything. You have to do it, and it teaches you so many life values, because you just become such a strong person that you can just get through anything. And then it also, like, kind of meshes in with your personal life. You can just strive through and be stronger. Definitely.
It's the best thing you can ever do. I mean, it's not for everyone, obviously. You can't say, like, everyone, like, 9 to 5s are terrible.
Right, this is a question for you then. Do you believe you're born with an entrepreneurial spirit, or it's moulded into you?
Born.
Yeah, I've always said you're born with it. Some people just, like, for example, like my dad, for instance. My dad wakes up at 5 o'clock every morning, gets to work for 6, finishes at 2, 3 o'clock. And he's been doing that now for like 40 years. 35, 40 years.
Knowing your dad, I feel like he likes that as well.
But that's just him to a T. Like, I can't picture him doing anything else. But he's sort of like, he's wanted to do businesses and stuff like that, but never took the risk and done it. Whereas somebody who has an entrepreneurial spirit,
they'll try 10 businesses.
They'll start 10 businesses. For me, for example, and my girlfriend can vouch for this, I start a business and then worry about the consequences later on. Like, if for example, the business that I started 3 weeks ago, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but
Matt, it's so good, honestly.
And I started it 3 weeks ago, and it was literally done within a day. Like, I thought of it, done it in that day, and it's already generated $3,000 this month already. Profit, by the way, $3,000 profit.
It's crazy, and it's not even something you have to graft on.
No, that's just like, and I know people say, you know, nothing's passive and stuff like that, but this genuinely is like,
it's passive.
It's very. Do you really see me doing work for it? I do a few TikToks here and there. That's it. But
he's like, just made 18 sales.
It's crazy. But
what was your first business, like, ever?
I had so I've, to be fair, I've never been like a business person. My thing was always football. I was always wanted to be a footballer, so business was never really something that I wanted to, like, never really thought about. Didn't even know what the word entrepreneur meant until my mate told me about it. And I always wanted to be a footballer, and that was my thing. And it was only when I started getting injured during football that my mate told me, you need to start thinking of a plan B. Because I knew I never wanted to go to university and stuff like that, and I knew I never wanted to work as a 9 to 5. Like, I knew it was better than that. I
feel like that's another thing. Like, when you're young, you just know.
Like, entrepreneurial spirit. Like, people who are entrepreneurs know that they don't want to be in that 9 to 5 life.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, they want to be business minded and work for themselves, and that's what I was like. So when I was getting injured, my mate, who is one of my best mates now, Colin, shout out to him if he's watching this, he basically took me down the path of doing business, because he was doing Amazon FBA at the time, and this was like, I'm talking like 10 years ago, when Amazon FBA wasn't anything. And he actually stopped after a year. And if he would have carried on, he would have been a millionaire now. But anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, so my first business that I started a fan page that was based around designer clothes. And basically, it was in the great times of Instagram. If anybody knows, 10 years ago, Instagram was fucking brilliant. And I used to just post pictures up from other pages, post pictures of like designer clothes and basically rate them and stuff like that, and the page ended up going viral.
That's mad, isn't it?
And
I wish I would have seen it.
Yeah, it was called Streetwear Seekers.
Oh, bless you.
And yes, I started that business, and well, it wasn't a business at the time because it wasn't monetized, but I got the page up to like 20k, 30k or something like that, and I transferred the page to a shoe page then because I realised shoes went viral more than a t-shirt.
Like that,
do you know what I mean? So I started going down like Nike trainers, posting about them and stuff like that. And my ex-girlfriend at the time, she had a student discount code, and she used to get 20% off like Foot Asylum. Yeah,
it's like 30% off.
Yeah, sometimes you get a deal where it's like 30-40% off. It was brilliant. And but the standard was like 20%, I think, at the time. And I basically just went to her and said, look, I've got the audience here. You give me your student discount code, I'll promote it on my page. So let's say Nike trainers were 100 quid at the time, like Nike Air Force or something like that. I would advertise them on my page for £90 because I knew I could get 20% off, but I could get them for 80 quid.
Yeah, so you're still making a profit.
I'm still making a tenner.
Yeah.
But the customer's saving a tenner, so they would come to me. But I would drop ship it, so I'd get their details.
Oh yeah.
Put their details into Nike or Foot Asylum or whatever, and Nike could ship it straight to them.
That's so smart.
And I used to just make 10, 20 quid here and there doing that.
How old were you then?
17, 18.
That's exactly what I mean. Like most people start young if they're into that stuff.
I can't remember. It was in early teenage years though. It was after school, but like early. And I did that for about 6 to 12 months. And then I started my designer page, which I will save that for another story because that's.
It's so interesting. Even I haven't heard the full story about that.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you about that as well because that other business that I just said, it's just made another sale.
It's mad.
It's crazy.
Once we're really established, I'm gonna get myself another side hustle. But that's another thing. When I was in the shower earlier, I was thinking about this. Like another thing people forget. You know, with podcasts, the way people say like, obviously, you need to have more than one source of income.
Yes.
There's so much pressure to have more than one source of income, but you have to perfect that one thing first before you move on to anything else.
No, that is so true because what happens is then you end up taking your focus out to something else.
And then all three, say if it's three of them, all of them are not to their full potential.
Yeah, that's true. No, that is 100% true.
I've tried it so many times, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. No, you have to get really good at something first, perfect that, then once that's sort of like automated or passive in a way, you can then go, right, I can use this money or do this now because I've got more free time to do that. But I mean, I always said, I say it to my girlfriend all the time, like I feel like opportunities come as you go through, like
it's true,
like I don't know, like, and
nothing, you've got a plan. It never is like
no plan is ever straight. I swear to God, it's always up and down like a yo-yo.
Yeah. Sometimes you can even think you're going to start one business and things happen that make you actually start like go into a completely different field, and that's the thing you stay in, if you know what I mean. Like even with me, I had a business consultancy company, and it was through my client that I got into this.
Yeah, go on. You tell me about your business. What was your first business you started? Was it that one?
Well, no, I was a bit of a G, to be honest. When I was like 5, basically
5,
not 5. I think I was 10. Basically, the man at the corner shop, he just loved me, so he used to give me like loads of free sweets, like bags. I was a bit of a chubby kid, to be honest. And I actually had a tuck shop at school, and I used to sell them for so much money. Oh my God! Like honestly, I was minted. Like it sounds stupid, but I had like £20 a week, and I was like 10.
Yeah, £20 a week at 10 was getting you loads of sweets.
And all the boys fancied me and stuff, but I still didn't give them discount. No sweets on tick for you.
no mates rates.
Yeah, literally. But no, my first proper business, I think, what was it? No, I think my first proper business was the business consultancy, and that was kind of something I've always been passionate about, is helping other people with businesses, because I feel like a lot of people have got ideas. They either don't know how to do things the technical side, or they don't know how to generate sales, or they need creative direction. I'm good at all that stuff, so I just used to give people that push, and I had good results.
That's what I've realised with you since coming on to the OnlyFans management agency with you and teaming up with you. You're very organised, you're very structured, like for a lot of women going into business, especially in an OnlyFans management world, it is quite technical.
It is very,
and I've realised with you, like, you're very organised and structured in that sense, and that's what's good to have you on board. Like, it's because when you try and do it on your own, it's difficult. It's difficult, especially managing so many people. It's a lot to take in.
It is very difficult. I mean, you're the same. Like, you know, like, for me, I'm quite stubborn when it comes to business. Like, I feel like I know everything. And I was saying to your girlfriend in the car earlier today, you're the one person that I actually like listen to, learn from, and actually like take in the information. Yes. Like, I really respect you in business because I feel like as well in this industry in the UK anyway, we're kind of like experts at what we do separately.
Yes.
And together, I feel like I'm learning off of you, even in a sense of like certain behavioural habits that I have. I'm learning to change certain things and adapt things.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? That's what makes us good at what we do.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people think like male and females, they'll probably just sleep with each other, or they'll argue, or they'll end up
clash
like
heads,
something like that. But actually, male and females work very well together because you need that dominant side and you do need that feminine side in a lot of scenarios.
And especially with OnlyFans management, this has been a game changer for us because OnlyFans in general is just run by a lot of women in it. Like, there's 99% of the creators on OnlyFans are female.
Yeah.
And
they're very sensitive as well.
Yeah, but then the agency side of it, 99%, probably all of it, barring us, is all men.
Yeah, I don't know one female, especially in the UK, there's not one.
I don't know one female doing it.
Yeah, and to be honest, I feel like I'm very, very strong, and I'm not saying it in like a big heady way, but I am quite intelligent. But that's only because I've learnt, like, as in university and stuff. But for women, I wouldn't even recommend going into it because you have to be super smart, but you also have to be quite like, not dominant, but you have to be really like strong-headed for it. And there's so much pressure. The pressure is so crazy. And I feel like for women in general, in business, whether it's this or something else, women can't take pressure like men can.
No, they can't.
Men are the dominant. What's the
species?
Not species, but the other one.
Gender.
Like gender. They're the dominant gender in business. I understand why, because it's a lot of pressure.
It is. No, it is.
Every day is stress. Even we're going so smoothly, and every day I wake up and think, well, so it's going too smoothly. Like, when's something going to happen?
When's it going to drop? When's the penny going to drop?
And like, the problem with our industry as well is, when there's a little mistake, it's never a little mistake because it's like, or not a mistake, but a problem. It's like, it's always massive. I can't explain. And you're really responsible for these girls' lives. Like, it's not just, some people don't care and they think it's just money, but we're responsible for these women's lives and their futures, and we feel that responsibility. I
was actually thinking about this the other day. We're responsible for these women's lives because we stop them from being a flop.
Yeah.
Like, how many women, and probably a lot of women watching this now, will be starting an OnlyFans. They'll throw the OnlyFans link on the Facebook, Instagram to all the pervert mates who've wanted to see them naked for ages. They get a surge of subs and money coming through for the first month. Then the next month it pivots and drops. And that is because they don't have a clue how to sustain that.
It's true.
Regular income. And that's where agencies come in, because the worst thing you can do is start an OnlyFans, do all the content, I mean the explicit side of it as well, and then give up because you don't know what you're doing, and then your nudes are out there forever. It's
such sensitive stuff that you need to know how to manage it properly. You know, like it's there for life. The internet is there for life, so you have to be so careful with it. And then there's the other side where we genuinely guide these women when it comes to finances, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to family problems. Like, there's so much into it.
How many girls have come to us and been like, "Oh, broke up with my boyfriend and really, really struggling," and we've been like, "Oh, come round here, do this, do that." Like, we actually treat the models that we've got on our agency like family.
We do. We really care about them as well. And you know, the thing is like, especially us being older than them, a lot of them are like, I'd say 20 to 25.
By the way, guys, I'm actually 26. I know I look about 40, but you know.
I'm 32.
And she looks about 24, 25. I was shocked when you showed me you were 32.
Everyone says this. I still feel like I'm 22 because I've looked the same since I was like, I'm not joking, since I was 18 I've looked the same.
I feel like what nationality have you got inside you?
Himalayan Indian and
I was going to say, I was like the sort of like,
it's the genetics,
it's in your genetics, isn't it?
Yeah, because my mum's, she hasn't got wrinkles. You met my mum, she hasn't got wrinkles.
Your mum's an angel.
Oh, I love my mum.
She's so lovely.
Shout out Kim.
Yeah, shout out Kim.
Meow.
No.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
That's an inside joke, by the way, guys.
Yeah, we can't tell you about it.
She loves cats.
She loves cats and meowing. don't ask questions,
Yeah,
you know.
don't ask.
That's why I have to have a drink after that.
Have a drink, yeah. Right, let's go into the next thing.
I feel like it's just boob shot when I do that.
Yeah,
Keep going.
We'll screenshot that bit of there'll be many men just screenshotting that little pervs. Right, so one of the things I actually want to ask you, because we've not really actually had this conversation without cameras either. How did you get into OnlyFans management?
So I had a business consultancy company, and actually, so there was this guy I used to follow on TikTok, and I had him on Instagram, I don't know how, and I saw he was looking for a website for a company. And anyway, I started talking to him, and I literally just basically created his whole company for him, and I actually didn't end up charging him because it was just really interesting, and he was super impressed with my work. And then he said, I'm thinking about getting into OnlyFans management. And to be honest, I had no clue about OnlyFans at all. In fact, I was quite judgmental about it, but I just thought, like, this could be good for me. Like, I know I learned really quick, like, why
especially with you being the only woman in the industry.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, sorry if there is actually women doing OnlyFans management, but I don't know any other than you, that's it.
So that's the thing, and he said to me, like, why don't you get involved? And then I also had another client in Switzerland who had already had a OnlyFans company, and I said, why don't we just set up a meeting? We can kind of, you know, like, talk about it, see if we can get together and do it as a 3. And then we started off as a 3, and he was living in Miami at the time, and it just didn't work out with those 3. So then we just went from there. And then I just literally built up the company, like, pretty quickly.
Guys, you're clearly enjoying the podcast because you've got this far. So make sure you drop a subscribe, drop a like, and share it to your mates, please. It means the world. Let's go. Hiya! Right, so we was actually talking about the highest moments.
You said... Hang on, I shouldn't really do that. I look like an absolute geezer.
The highest moment personally for me was meeting my girlfriend.
That's actually like genuinely true as well, isn't it?
That is actually the truth, yeah.
That's so sweeit.
Because that was the first thing that popped in my head.
So it's naturally what you...
Yeah, and then I was like, I can't really say that, kind of, that's a bit cringe, but then I thought...
No, you're teaching men that you can actually be nice.
Yeah, you can actually be nice. But the highest moment in business is probably... my last business.
Yeah, that sounded mental.
Doing 3 million in a year. That was my highest moment. Round of applause for me, £3 million in a year. Flex the roll.
You weren't even a flexer, were you? Or were you?
No.
What was your Instagram like then? I would flex though, to be fair. Anyone would.
Yeah, I can't really remember really. I don't know. Anybody watching this?
I know he had this car that everyone knew about.
Yeah, the RS7, the khaki one. Everyone.
He loves that. That's his baby.
Yeah, it's such a great car.
I like your car. The car now though is nice.
Yeah.
I love the colour.
Yeah, same as
nice.
Same as the RS7.
What car would you have if you could have any car?
Lamborghini Huracan. That's my dream car.
I would have that or a Brabus.
Brabus what though?
I don't know, just the one that looks like a G-Wagon. I don't know that much into it.
G-Wagon Brabus, yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a gangster car.
Gangster
How
car.
much are they? Like 300k?
Maybe more than that? $500,000?
What?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think that might be reaching too far. Like, I'm a dreamer, but...
Oh, actually, no, yeah, 350k you can get... Well, if you're not getting a brand new, you get a used one, 350k, yeah.
So is it part of the Thingy family, or is it actually its own, like, brand?
It's its own brand, but the Brabus is a kit that they put on the car.
Oh, is it?
So it's like a girl adding makeup.
Or boobs?
Or boobs.
More boobs, probably.
More boobs, yeah. So it enhances the car.
Yeah, my brother always likes the Porsche 911 Carrera. It's so old school, that is.
It's old school. That's
really
proper,
old school.
Italian gangster kind of vibe.
My dad loves Jags. I don't like Jags. Jags to me are quite old cars.
Yeah.
They're like, I can imagine, like, you know that 90s vibe that people go for, that kind of thing.
I think...
Look at that. Oh my God. Is that on camera?
Oh my God.
Do you think that's on the camera?
It's on the camera, you dirty feet.
Right, I haven't got dirty feet. I'm very, very clean, to be honest.
You actually are really
I'm
clean.
the cleanest person ever. But
and you know what? I'm not going to lie, people. She smells unreal every day.
Thank you. That's my number one, like, thing that I always make sure.
And you know what's so funny? That's the same as me. I will never ever stink. And you know what? I've always been like that since being in school.
You're very clean, actually.
Whenever I used to go to school, spray myself with half a tub of aftershave. But look, like, not just one aftershave. I'd had like 2 going all over me like that because I couldn't stand. Well, no, actually, no. The reason why I did it was because my mum was a really bad smoker. She used to smoke all the time. Oh, the devil's coming. The devil's coming.
She talks to me all the time, you know. Meow.
She'll do it in a minute.
I'm really becoming my mom. I keep doing that lately. Actually, you know what? When you talk about smells, when I went into town the other day to meet Roxy, I went to get you an aftershave just as a present, really.
Oh, thank you very much.
But I couldn't find it. But it's my favourite aftershave, right? And it's actually really cheap, but it smells so sexy. I literally buy it for everyone. I love the smell. It's so nice, and it's a really cheap brand. It's Burberry Touch for men. And honestly, I've got all the most expensive perfumes ever, but this is so beautiful. You've never smelled anything like it. It's really? So good. Every single person that I buy it for will carry on buying it. You've never smelled. It's not like that typical like Chanel Blur smell. It's not an oud smell. It's like a fresh out the shower, sexy. I just can't even explain it. It smells so good. I'm gonna get it for you.
I need to get it, guys.
Yeah, I will actually get it for you, but it wasn't in the shop, sadly. This needs to be sorted out. That's terrible.
That is disgusting.
It must be the floors, but we only mopped them yesterday.
To be fair, because the floors are like the solid floors and not carpets. They get dirty very quickly.
It has to be mopped every day, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a deep clean tomorrow, actually.
We need to.
I didn't even cook anything. I completely forgot about dinner. Have you eaten?
What did I have? I had that.
Oh, yeah.
So Sophia ordered that Chinese thing and it came in instead. Shout out to Sophia, nice. Thank you very much for that. It was lovely.
I'm so Indian like that. Like, I literally, if someone who I'm living with or something, like, I actually think about, have they eaten yet? You know?
Yeah,
That's a proper Indian thing, I think.
I think, you know what? I'm not going to lie. Indians are so good at cooking.
Yeah, they are. Like, I'm a good cook, actually.
These Indians live next door to my mum and dad. And
they're the best.
They're so, every day you can smell the curry being made. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. I can cook a good curry, actually.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, really good from scratch.
There you go then, get in the kitchen.
I didn't even eat that chili the other day.
I know, and the chili was really nice. It was actually really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm going to cook. I said I would cook all the time, but honestly, I'm going to start every Monday. I'm going to literally like pre-cook quite a bit of protein, some nice carbs, and then we can just have salad every day. Because we're either not eating anything or eating like, well, we've been good this week, but we're eating takeout, and then we're not eating, or I hate takeout as well, to be honest. Nice. I actually don't like it, you know, like I don't actually enjoy takeout food, even if it's good food. Like I'd rather home cooked food, you know.
Yeah. No, it's so much better cooking. I just can't be over cleaning up.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind it, to be fair. It just depends. We work so much though, like it's just hard.
No, but that's the issue. That's why last week it was takeaway season last week.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. It put me off food. I haven't eaten this week, have I? Because of last week. Yeah,
you don't eat a lot, and it's so weird. I don't know how you don't eat. It's crazy.
I run on vibes, to be honest.
Wine and vibes.
Wine and vibes. That is the geekiest thing I've ever done in my life. Put that away.
Well, I apologise, guys, because I'm still going to whack this up on Sunday anyway. But I apologise if bits are cut out because this is our first podcast. This is why we're doing this test now, so that when we have the guests on next week, it's going to be a lot more smoother. But anyway, we need to still
also on. If you are going to comment, can you comment like what you would want to see from us? Because what we plan to do is have like a guest on 1 week and then talk about everything 1 week
life and stuff,
and do like 1 week on 1 week off, because I notice even GraphKings, you know, I'm their biggest fan, as everyone knows.
GraphKings, shout out to you boys.
I've told Merck at least 50 times that I love them. We're gonna
you love them or him?
No, I don't just love him, I promise. I love all of you. Look how nervous I'm getting. I need to chill out. No, but I actually love you.
You've got a flustered boys.
No, but they are my favourite, just because they're nice boys, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really, really good. And I know, I don't know, I'm sorry, that's the wrong phrase. I've known...
you're getting flustered, bloody hell.
What's he called? His name on Instagram is Yo-Yo Hassan.
Who's what? Are they one of the
GraphKings? Yeah, the smaller guy.
Isn't that Oz? Oh, this not the really small one. So sorry about that, honey.
What's his name?
The youngest one. Looking.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is. You know.
I'm sure it's called Yo-Yo Hassan or something on Instagram.
I only know Oz.
But anyway,
Mason and Merck.
The other one. Yeah. So the one that you haven't mentioned, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but he was on one of the first X on the Beaches.
Was he?
Yeah.
No, I swear that was Oz. I swear I've seen him on X on the Beach.
Nah, it's not.
I swear I've seen him there.
I'm going to have to get him up now. I know I'm not tripping.
Are those 3 Turkish?
Yeah, Yo Hassan. There it is.
How do you say it? Let me see. Yo Hassan. That's an Arab name, isn't it? I think he's Arabic.
Is it? Good looking geezer though.
Yeah, they're all good looking, but do you know what it is? It's actually that they're just nice guys as well.
Yeah.
But they're still geezerish and manly, but they're nice. That's what I really like. Like they're actually teaching the young guys how to be. You can still
mature.
you can still be like successful, and you can still be like the man, but you can have good values and morals.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I've known him for a while because of X on the Beach, because he was on. I'm sure it was either the first one or the second one.
He seems quite like shy.
He was so young on there. He must have been like 18 or something.
I wonder what his ex was like. What was his ex? Which one? What was his ex like?
His ex came in. I don't know.
I feel like the girls on X on the Beach are always fucking nutters.
Yeah. And the original ones were better, like the ones that he was in.
Megan McKenna's with those. She was the best on it.
She went off a rocker, mate.
She was brilliant, wasn't she? Brilliant TV. She's calmed down a lot, she has.
Yeah, I know she's dating a footballer now, isn't she? What's Scottish guy. I know who he is. I've seen him.
Yeah, she's pregnant and everything. Yeah. She was a nutcase. It just shows though you can change. But I liked her when she was a nutter.
Yeah.
Do you remember did you see her in Big Brother? She was kicking off.
Any programme she's been on, she's been a nutcase.
Yeah, she has.
She's been an absolute nutcase.
She sings, you know. She's a really good singer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So what was we talking about anyway? Why was we talking about Graph Kings though? There was a reason.
I can't remember.
I was saying something, but I can't remember what it was. It was kind of important, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, please come on our show because, you know.
Yeah, get on here, boys. That's what we need.
Yeah.
The last thing that I had on my phone actually was downfalls. Let me just make sure it definitely was that.
Yeah.
Biggest downfalls.
I could sit here for another 2 hours, to be honest.
I know. I would love to sit here all night, but I'm just worried about the cameras. That's all.
Yeah.
What are the cameras saying?
12 minutes. What does it have an actual timer?
What about the other two? 12 minutes as well.
11, 12.
How strange that they're all the same though, like, because that camera's, these two are new, that one's not even, maybe it's just set like that on Canon, you have to set the timer, because they obviously...
After this anyway, I'm going to research and see why they keep cutting off at 24 minutes.
Can we just delete this bit, because I need to itch my nose. Oh, that is so good.
Size that bogey. Flick at the camera. That's what you do.
Oh, he said I fart, by the way. You know, you've got to check that he deletes that bit.
Yeah, anyway, so let's get back into it. Biggest downfalls?
For what, life and then...
we could do life and business, yeah?
Biggest downfall for life, mine's a bit too personal, but something... well, I can talk about it. My best friend committed suicide
Sorry to hear that.
during lockdown. I can't even talk about that, it'll just make me upset. But yeah, during the first lockdown... and we'd actually fallen out, and she had no one to talk to because me and her brother were her best friends, and we'd both fallen out with her at the same time, and she was acting up a little bit, and my ex, he didn't like us being friends, and he was like, you need to tell her this time, because I just used to let it slide, and the one time I did, and she committed suicide, and she was like, it's cliche to say, but she really was the most amazing person. It was actually her birthday yesterday. She was the most amazing person. Shit. And I was in a really bad relationship where I was really isolated and I had no one. She was the only person I had. And yeah, when she left, she kind of saved my life actually, because when she passed away, I got rid of my ex because I was like, this life is too short. I can't stay in this. I have to get away from him. So I split up with him.
You took a negative and turned it into a positive in a way then, really? Yeah.
So that was probably the hardest thing one of the hardest things I've been through.
Podcast just got deep.
Yeah, get the tissues out. No, but
she actually wants some
shout out to Erica.
Right?
No, I'm okay. But yeah, I love her. I still think about her. It's weird, every single day I think about her.
Oh
God, it's gonna make me upset. I don't know why I said that.
Oh, don't start crying. Do the thing that girls do where they do that.
Yeah, literally. Oh, I don't know why every time, even now when I talk about her.
Is there something you'll never get over?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're never gonna get over it.
It's horrible. That's why, like, you know, people say like, oh, you're too nice, but you have to be a nice person because you really don't know when the next day.
Like, what we always say, never go to bed on an argument because you never know what's going to happen. You
Yeah,
know,
seriously.
you wake up the next day and the other person's gone, or could walk outside, go across the road, bang, get hit by a car.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's
Have
so
you heard of that burnt toast theory? The
No.
burnt toast theory.
What's this?
So whenever you have a moment, like for example, where you burn your toast, and you don't want your toast burnt, so you've got to put another piece of toast in, so it longs out a bit of a day.
Yeah.
That extra 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, I just that extra 2 minutes that you've just spent making that toast could have saved you from getting ran over, or
Yeah, that's so true.
or
What the
you
hell?
know, yeah, and that's, you know, like
Split second.
Yeah, so when people say, just give me goosebumps, that, you know, like when people, I always say it now when I do the ice baths and stuff, like turn a negative into a positive.
Yeah, always.
Like, think of it as that, like this is happening right now for a reason, stopping you from doing something. There's been so
Every
many
single
situations in my life where I've done something and I've gone, oh, if I would have just gone there at that time, this would have happened and I wouldn't be here now.
100%.
Or
It can be life changing.
perfect example, your car crash. Her car crash, we argued. She went home. We ended on an argument. She went home. Tree fell on her car, hit the front bonnet. If she would have, I think, like an inch, she would have went forward by an inch, would have decapitated her, got her head right off, clean. And
Wow.
we ended on an argument. So you imagine
If you
how
would
I
have
would
said one
have
extra word,
If I would have said one extra word or kept her for one extra minute, she would have been dead now. She wouldn't even be here.
it's crazy, isn't it?
And that's the burnt toast theory, or method, or whatever you want to call it.
My biggest thing in life actually is don't like hold resentment for things in your heart, because every single bad thing that happens to you in life is God telling you that that thing isn't meant for you and there's something
Yes.
way better coming. Even if it takes 3 years, even if it's heartbreaking, every single thing in your
100%.
life is meant to be.
No,
It doesn't matter how
I agree.
painful it is. In 2 years, you'll be thanking God that happened.
100%.
Even death, every single thing, everything is meant to happen in your life.
That's why, guys, everything happens for a reason is tattooed on my arm. I know I say it all the time, but that is why
It really
I've got
is.
it tattooed on my arm, because it is such a big statement. Because when you actually deep things, like I said about the Sophia and Brandon situation, they were meant to meet at the time, because that's why we're here now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And
Everything's like intertwined.
It
Even
is.
people you don't know now, like you're all intertwined.
one conversation that you've had could change your life further down the line. Do you know what I'm saying?
And it's weird, like if you think about the world, like we're all connected in, like, you know, when a leaf and you can see all the little veins and everything in a leaf.
Yeah.
Like somebody in America who you don't know, in a way, like you're all connected. Like it sounds stupid, but every single thing in this life is like we're all connected, and we're all like in this little leaf, basically.
In a little leaf.
That's my analogy. But yeah, my worst thing in business was my ex-business partner being too nice, trusting, working really hard for someone, working really hard and being in a partnership with someone who didn't work and being fucked over. But to be honest, I wouldn't even say that's a negative, because I learned a lot. I'm here now because of that, and I got into this industry because of him.
Like what I was saying there, turning a negative into a positive, like you said, it wasn't meant to be at that time.
Yeah, I don't regret anything in life, because I wouldn't be exactly where I am now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is one of the happiest, most stable I've felt in a long time, in every way, business, life. All I need now is a man, and then I'll be good.
There's some Manchester men out there. There'll be people watching this podcast that'll snap you up, Lucinda, don't worry.
Tall, blonde. Don't even need that, to be honest. Just be a nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I need. Anywho, what's yours?
Life. Not being a footballer.
Yeah, I know
That hurt me, because I trained when you sit there.
Tell the story about the park. I really love that.
Oh yeah, so basically, although people always say, I hear stories of people saying that they live and breathe football, right, and they trained like no one else did, and they stayed behind after training and all that kind of stuff, and I just genuinely sit there and believe, like, I don't believe anybody worked as hard as me when I was trying to be a footballer. And where I lived in Gorton, shout out to everybody who lives in Gorton, it's a rough place. There's a place there called Gorton Park, and when I was trying to be a footballer, I had a bag of footballs, I had my cones in there, and I used to go to Gorton Park every single day, and I did it for 4 years straight. This is no exaggeration. Every single day, even on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, I went there every day and trained on the park.
That's who you are as a person, isn't it?
Yeah, because that where Gorton Park is, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, it's right next to Hyde Road. Hyde Road is one of the busiest roads in Manchester that leads directly from Manchester town centre to like Denton roundabout, and millions of cars go up there all day, every day. And my theory was, if I train on there every day and do football skills and all that, one day there's going to be a scout that drives past there and sees me training on that park on my own, and he's going to stop and just think, I'm going to give him a chance. And unfortunately for me, that didn't happen. Even though I was there every day for 4 years, it didn't happen.
But it's such a you thing, you know. Do you not think that's a him thing, to do something every day until something big happens?
Yeah, and that was me. Rain, sleet, snow, sun, whatever. I was on that field training. Like, my mum and dad used to hate me because I'd have like 4 showers a day because I'd come back dripping in bloody mud and shit.
It's hard for footballers though. Like, imagine there's guys out there who have a passion and they really are talented and they give up their lives and they train and they don't have a fallback plan. Like, there's even been professional footballers who have been really at the height of their career and then they've tore their ACL. Is that right? ACL.
ACL.
Yeah, and then they're done with. And maybe some of them save money, but that money doesn't last you ever. And if you haven't got the education, you don't know how to.
This is why I always. That's the 20 minutes up. That should, I might go off soon. That's why I always respect one of my best mates, Callum, because he was the one that told me if this clip's still in this one. He was the one who said you need to get a backup plan, because I know you don't want to do a 9 to 5 or anything like that. You want to go into something else that you're passionate about. So if it wasn't for him, I would have never gone down the entrepreneurial route and started a business. So I'm lucky that I had him. I have him as a mate. Do you know what I mean?
That's amazing. I actually know a footballer. He was doing really well, and then he was about 22, I'd say, and it was going really, really downhill. He was with like a league. I don't even know if there is a League 3, but it was like the lowest league.
League 3.
It's the lowest league, I don't know. And he wasn't doing well at all, and he was kind of like doing like dodgy stuff to get money, and he had quite a bad family life. And anyway, he started dating a very, very famous celebrity, and then his football ended up picking up when he was like 26 or 27, which is quite old for a footballer. And now he plays for a really big team, really, really big. I feel like that's giving a lot away. I don't know if someone would know, but...
Can you name drop him or not? Or... Oh, really? No way?
Yeah. You know him?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
No way?
I've known him since I was a kid. His mum used to... When I worked in Selfridges, his mum used to work in Selfridges, and my best friend was going out with his best friend. He used to get all of the girls back in the day.
Yeah, he's a good-looking bastard.
I was the only girl out of the friend group that didn't get with him, to be honest. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, he's a very good-looking man.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy as well.
Is it?
Yeah, he is. He's really nice.
He does seem like a nice guy, to be fair. Good.
One second, let me just do my hair a little bit.
Make sure I get comfy again.
Have I got any hair out of place?
No.
Okay. So, I've got a good question for you. I don't know how to word it, which one's better, maybe. How do I say it? If OnlyFans never existed, or better, if it stopped tomorrow, like it completely got banned, what do you think you'd do next?
Go all in on the other business that I've got. Luckily, I've started that now. The other business that I've been doing.
It's really good. I honestly feel like that's going to last you for however long you want to.
Right now, I've not really gone all in on it at the moment. Like, there's so much more I could do to it. I just started as like a little side hustle thing. But I know for a fact, once I start running ads to it, I get the email flows on it and all that kind of stuff, like, it'll be a game changer. But like you were saying before earlier, hopefully the clips are in this YouTube video that we've done. But when you were talking about putting your eggs in different baskets and then the business is failing because you're not putting all your effort into one thing before you're branching out. Like, I want the OnlyFans management thing to be successful and it's on the way to being like massive.
We've done mad stuff
mad stuff in the past 4 weeks, like
you wouldn't believe. We've been working from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. every day.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. And
I mean, your business though, the ROI on that is like 95%. It's crazy.
I don't actually. I think I put like 20 quid into it.
Yeah.
Because this is another thing as well when I say about everything happens for a reason. From my past businesses, I learned so much building websites, email flows, advertising.
Yeah, he's so good at everything, honestly.
It's all the techie shit that has, at that time, felt like pointless and boring and shit, but has now led me to find a business within an hour, have a business. Like I created a business within an hour and it's now generated $3,000 in 3 weeks.
Sometimes I feel like that's the way though. If you overthink it too much, like obviously you have to plan with some businesses, but you weren't really you didn't care too much about that. It was like an extra side hustle, and it's genuinely, you're sitting generating money right now.
My girlfriend will vouch for this, right? I am the most impulsive person ever. Like, yeah,
that's good.
Like, it's good for some things and good and bad for things.
I'm the opposite.
But I do not sit and think about things. If I say I'm going to do something, I go in and do it.
I wish I could be like that, but I'm the complete opposite. I have to calculate every move.
I'm more worried about me not doing it and then somebody else taking the opportunity and seeing them thrive on it.
I mean, I don't care about losing money. That's not my issue. Mine is time. I worry that if I focus all my time and energy on one thing, because time is valuable.
Well, this goes back to what I was saying. I think I only did this business because I knew once it gets going, it's pretty much passive. Like I only have to put like 1% into it. Do you know what I mean? I was going to
say though, even say for example, if you think about realistically, if we weren't doing this, say something happened, that you wouldn't even have to put, even to be really successful with it, you wouldn't have to have that as your full time. Like the amount of hours we do now, I don't think you could possibly put that many hours in for it to be successful. You wouldn't even need to.
Wouldn't need to.
You could do it. You could have another business on top of that.
Yeah. It's very. I don't know what the word is. It's just easy. It's very easy.
Yeah.
I mean, to an outside person,
it's easy passive income.
To an outside person, it's probably hard to set up because you might not know how to do a website, email flows, advertising. You might not be able to make the product that I've actually done. But other than that, if you know that sort of stuff, it's very easy to do.
Yeah. So that's your main thing that you think you would do?
Yeah, what would you do?
I've got a plan already that I'm going to do, but this will be once our company's really smooth and we've got employees, like a director to run it. I'm going to open a hedge fund company. Yeah. I've already got the connections and everything.
So networking again, guys. I tell you, network is your net worth.
Network. Literally, and I don't even like giving the advice away because it's that valuable. But if you're networking, make sure that you're showing who you really are. Be interested in who they are as a person. Ask questions. Listen. Only tell a little bit about yourself, but also be friendly, but dominant. Be intelligent. And also, like, I can't think of the word, but just you have to show your integrity, and people respect you when you have integrity and when you're intelligent. And you don't need to be technically intelligent. It's about being intelligent, like being able to read people, being intelligent with body language or whatever it is. Just show those things and you'll be fine. Yeah. But if you go networking with an agenda, well, it'll never work.
No. Especially when you're networking with somebody and you know. They know that you're trying to sponge off them, basically.
You can beg as much as you want, but they're not interested.
No.
They'll be polite to you, but you won't get what you want.
Yeah, they'll see right through it.
Yeah.
100%.
I've had so many people try and, like, especially in this industry, try and, like, worm their way in. Especially with women, sometimes I think, do you respect me or do you think I'm an easy way in because I'm a woman? I think it's both things, but sometimes I can tell when you're just scheming. Like, you'll say, how are you? But then straight away be like, just a quick question. How do you make all your money? Or like, you know, in that kind of
sweet talk you first and hit you with the, how do you make money? Yeah. Bit like the OnlyFans management pitch that we used to do to try and get the OnlyFans girls in. Brandon, very good looking.
Oh yeah, he's the perfect person to do it. Yeah. I used to see him on my clients.
Get him, DMs. Message the girls. They'd reply, he'd sweet talk them, and then they'd hit them with, "Oh, by the way, are you managed?"
Yeah. Didn't you do that to Alexis Reed? And she was like,
she was literally. I swear to God, Alexis Reed was going to sign. No, she wasn't going to sign. She was back and forth with him, and then he just hit her with the, "I do OnlyFans management."
I actually think that's it's not the worst way to do it because he's good looking and he's actually a nice guy, but I would be fucking fuming if someone tried to chat me up and then actually they wanted a percentage of my income. I'd be so fuming, like you wouldn't even understand. I'd hate that. We haven't done, I mean, we in the last 2 weeks have probably picked up 15 clients and we haven't done one bit of outreach. But that's also, I don't know, I'm not going to give that advice away yet, we'll wait and see. But
speaks volumes on us though.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's...
We have genuinely created a really good, it's like, we're successful on the technical side, but we've created a really good community and a really good like family base. Like we all trust each other, like each other. There's no shadiness and sneakiness. We have great employees who trust us, and we actually trust them.
Yeah.
They have a lot of respect for us.
Employees? We've got now
Like eight, yeah. We've got PA. Shout out Maya.
Maya, shout out to you.
Like honestly, we really, I mean, I feel like lately, because we've been working so much, we haven't had time to like, you know, have our like training and just catch ups with them, but they respect our hustle and understand it as well.
You know, I mean, the most likely will end up watching this video, so
yeah. I you know what I'm passionate about. I don't know if it's passionate about business or success or both or what it is, but I love our jobs. Yeah. I fucking love it.
You've got to. Like we were saying at the beginning of the podcast, you've got to love what you do, otherwise you won't put 100% effort into it.
I think as well, this is something, I don't think we'll have time to talk about it a lot, but I think people don't understand what we do and who we are, and they probably judge because of the word OnlyFans, but we actually do manage influencers as well. We have a guy from Love Island, we manage other creators as well, but it's not what you think it is. We genuinely advise them in finances, in their personal life, when it comes to business. We build them a brand and a business, and not just that, we actually don't focus on the OnlyFans. We focus on brand identity, and we try and build them a brand that they can work with in the future. We actually advise them to make as much money as you can, as quickly as you can,
and then
think about business and dip, and then get onto something new, because it's not something that's got a lot of longevity in it.
No.
You can, but I think after a long time you lack passion in it.
Well, you've got to think,
you've got to have relationships
especially
as
a female. There's going to be a lot prettier women, a lot younger women that are going to come in and take over your space.
Crazier as well. It's getting harder and harder. It's a graft.
Look at Bonnie Lockett. Bonnie Lockett was one of the first ones to do OnlyFans. She was so PG, never shown anything.
Remember that Twitter?
And now on Twitter, if you go on a Twitter, sorry to expose her like this, but you can see intestines literally inside and out, folded like a deck chair. Honestly, you can see everything now, and that's her posting that. That's not leaks. She's posting that, and that just tells you somebody who's a trendsetter, who's very big in the OnlyFans world, who started it from scratch when OnlyFans was first at the beginning. And now look at what she's doing, and that just shows you the directory and
it does,
where it's going. Do you know what I mean?
To be honest though, with her, I kind of think now, like, just she reminds me of Madonna. Like, just you've had your time, you're getting a bit older, just chill now.
Yeah,
you've got loads of money, get another business. She doesn't even need to use her brain. She can pay somebody to do her thinking for her. She's got the money to invest. She could be making loads somewhere elsewhere.
Yes,
you know what I mean? I just feel like, I think as well though, I think with a lot of the women who are in it, who've been in it a long time, it might be not an attention seeking thing, but they've had so many fans and so much like likability that it might be hard to let go of.
You get to let go, like.
And I suppose the money is so good, because I think if you're making 100 grand plus, it's hard to then say, I'm just going to take a break. You know, like.
No.
But I will say this as well. This is something else I want to touch on. I mean, I knew nothing about OnlyFans at all. In fact, I actually didn't think it was as not sexual, but as, you know, as sexual as it was. I didn't think OnlyFans was like that. But I must say that the people think that the girls who are successful, they're just pretty and that's it, and they don't have to do anything. They work every single day of the week, not even 9 hours a day, like 12 hours a day. And not just that, you know, when you're in an office, you can be in your pajamas if you want to. They have to look pretty, they have to be on point, they have to be excitable, they have to have energy.
Job.
It is. Like, I really rate the work ethic.
I'm not joking. Gone are the days where you think you can do OnlyFans and just be PG on it, because that doesn't happen anymore.
In America, you can though. Actually,
I feel like it only can happen with certain people. If you've already got a following, if you're already well known, you know, if you're already a celebrity kind of thing, you can get away with that. But like I see a lot of girls now, like this bog standard Sophie from down the road.
Yeah,
with 3 kids, and she wants. Sorry, so there's actually a Sophie with 3 kids.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean
not you, Sophie.
Not you, Sophie. Sorry, but like that type of person who thinks they can just come start it from scratch and
she's going to make 30 grand.
She's going to make 30 grand. Like, that's not the case.
That's what I thought it was like.
Well, when I first started it with Finger, my girlfriend, and it was like, when I started it with her, I thought literally because she's so beautiful that as soon as she posts a TikTok, we're going to get hundreds of subs overnight. It literally took us like a week to get a sub.
It's really, really, really tough.
Sub.
It doesn't matter how gorgeous you are, actually. That's another thing. It really doesn't. It's just graft. It's consistency. That's the key.
Consistency.
Luckily,
Consistency is key, I swear to God.
It is. I don't know what it is, but I feel like we just build girls, though. For some reason, we get fucking results. We've taken on girls, specifically there's been about 3 girls we took on last week, and we have like increased some of them by like 600% in like 4 days.
Look at Gina.
I mean, that's the thing, girls who are starting out, and even girls who are like, you know, say on Alexis Reed level, they don't have management. Actually, they would be better off with management, because there are expertise and there's certain things that we can do that you can't do on your own. And we protect you as well. Like, we have lawyers, we have everything you need. We have investors for your finances, like anything you need. There's so much you don't know, and I think a lot of girls think they know it all, and they think, well, why do I need to bother if I'm making 50k now, but you could make 150k.
I can understand why girls shame agencies.
With the agencies,
there is,
terrible.
I'm not joking, there is 90% of the agencies out there are really, really terrible.
They're terrible, yeah.
Really,
they lack
really
morals, they don't even work on the girls.
But an agency like mine and Lucinda's, we actually look after you and get you the results that you need, and we've got clients that can vouch for that as well.
We actually live and breathe it. Like, I wake up in the morning, my first thought is, how is this girl? What's going on here? What have I got to do now? Who have I got to call? This girl seems a little bit upset. I might have to give her a call. Do it. Like,
bring them round here, have a glass of wine, chill.
Yeah.
Like we're saying, back to what we were saying before earlier about the family environment. That's what we create, so they feel like.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how many girls we have as well. We sometimes manage it. Like, we're not going to say how many girls we have, but we have a lot of girls, and every single one of them.
Anyway.
Yeah, like, they're grateful. They always say thank you, and they're always really grateful, and they actually respect us, which is quite hard to get in this industry. I've noticed a lot of. I'm kind of friends with quite a few guys who work in agencies, and a lot of them will say the girls will just leave. They won't pay. They'll moan at them. They'll do this. They'll do that, and I feel like our girls genuinely do have respect for us.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
That's because of who we are and what we do for them.
Yeah, and we're not even trying to sell, because we're not looking for new people.
We're not actually looking for new people.
I don't think we take anyone else, unless you're in the 0.0%, then holler. But I've never said holler in my life. That's the cringiest thing I've ever done. Where did holler come from? I swear that's like holla. Hello. Oh my god, the other day I got my nails done, and I came in and Zac went, show me your nails, and I was like, he was like, yeah, Frenchie's the best, you know, you shouldn't get any colours because it's just tacky. I was like, you go, queen.
Oh mate, honestly.
I'm thinking if there's anything else. We've got so much to cover, but
I think we could probably wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so, because we've got so much to cover in other episodes.
The next podcast will be with a guest. And
I can't wait for this.
Yeah, this one's a big one, guys, so make sure you tune in to that.
Yeah, and there's some drama going on with that at the moment, and I feel like it's really boiling up.
Yes, exactly. There's so and the 16th of June, the next podcast will be out with the special guest, and I promise you now, it will be fiery. So you need to tune into this one, because it's going to be crazy.
For the first guest,
we pulled it out of the bag. I tell you that.
Can you please comment any suggestions? Tell us what you think of it. Don't be nasty. And just tell us how amazing we are, to be honest.
Yeah, please. Yeah, drop some questions in there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for us, please. That means the world to us. And share it to all your pals. Get them onto this.
Love you.
Love you all. Take care. That was really good.